first night in this unknown country went well. I tried to piece together what happened. My ship was going from Brazil to Africa when it was caught in a storm which lasted several days and nights. As well as I can judge, the shipwreck took place off the coast of South America. But it's very possible that I'm wrong. Were all my companions drowned? Am I the sole survivor? A man's footprints. I was wrong to give up hope. I found a companion. He can't be very far. I'm not alone anymore. I'm not alone anymore. This is no time to lose my knife. The man may be a savage, who knows? Is me. I've been walking since dawn. I've found the tracks of my own footprints. I'm alone. Not one sailor from the Esmeralda has survived. This country is uninhabited. How long will I have to wait for a ship to save me? A thought occurs to me. I must find out right away. By climbing as high as possible. I wasn't wrong. It is an island. I can see all around it. Not a single trace of human beings. A desert island. I had set out to conquer the ocean, and it is the ocean which has made me a prisoner. Oh, God. Why did you rescue me, if only to abandon me on a desert island? Why did you save my life? Why just me and not the others? Have mercy on me, dear Lord. Don't abandon me. A few shreds of tobacco, my entire fortune. Might as well die of hunger right away. This solitude is maddening. I'm going to try to make a fire anyway. I'm not cold. I have nothing to cook. But if a ship passes, I've got to be able to attract its attention. From afar, flames and smoke are the most visible things. My only chance to leave this island. I saw some savages make fire by friction. They begin by making a sharp point on a piece of wood. Then they drill a small hole in a second piece. After that, they rotate the pointed piece very fast. The friction creates sufficient heat to produce a flame. What a savage can do, I can do as well. But a civilized man without a flint is less than a savage. Broken my only weapon, my only tool. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I try to catch fish by hand. Another failure. I mustn't let these failures defeat me. Salt. Salt. There's salt in all this sea that surrounds me. I don't know why. It seems to me that my luck is turning. Yes, my luck is turning. Seagulls. Seagulls. That means eggs. Finding seagulls' eggs is something I know all about. I've done it 100 times along the cliffs back home. No sooner found than eaten. Somehow it reminds me of my childhood.
Before beginning our studies,
that happy childhood that ended the day I arrived at Woolsey's office, like a condemned man going to be placed in a cell for the rest of his days. The door of the office closed on me like the door of a prison.
The study of law is the study of mankind. Since the dawn of history, there have been rules and traditions that have governed human conduct. Let us not forget that nature herself has evolved certain patterns of development and organizations that might also properly be called laws. From natural to civilized behavior is a logical step. We must first of all attempt to define what exactly is law. What is its proper sphere of operation? What are its limits as compared to other rules?
I remained alone in the company of this old rat who chewed up the provisions of the legal code one by one. I was being strangled by boredom as surely as if by a noose.
We must also try to discover the true sources of the rules of which law is composed. Custom.
If I had had any idea that one day I would be so unhappy, studying at Wolsey's would have seemed like paradise. But then, I thought only of escaping.
Consequently, what are the divisions of which the principle is the distinction between private law and public law? The last one cited, public law, is subdivided in turn into national law and then public law is divided in turn into private law, national law, and international law, public and private. You there! Just you wait! Hey, Robinson! Come down!
Here, it's for you.
For you.
Poor Wolsey. Alone today on my desert island, I would be so happy to hear his pompous lectures. But I was much too proud to bother learning anything at all. And now that I must depend on myself, I realize I know nothing. Nothing. I don't even know how to resharpen my broken knife on a stone. Alas, I have all the time I need to practice. Sparks! But if I can make sparks, I can make fire. Fire! With some fire, I'm saved. I'll be able to keep a watchfire going day and night. Sooner or later, a ship will pass and rescue me. After that, I swear I'll never be tempted to voyage again. I'll enjoy life peacefully, even if I have to be a lawyer's assistant for the rest of my days. In order to produce a flame, the spark must fall on something dry, very dry. But nothing I find is dry enough. I did have a few shreds of tobacco, but I ate them for breakfast. I'd give 10 years of my life for tinder. But why not use the braid on my coat as tinder? This will teach me never to give up hope. If I hadn't broken my knife, I would never have thought of using it as a flint. Eggs, shellfish, water, fire. Perhaps I have a chance of surviving until I'm rescued. Back home in England, we soft-boil our eggs. Here, I bake them in ashes. As I've never cooked before, anything can happen. I hope they won't explode in my face. They're excellent. I may turn into quite a cook. I'll need a weapon to hunt any game that might be on the island. This bamboo stick is both simple and effective. Unfortunately, the point bends too easily. I'll try to harden it in the fire. I read an adventure story where this method was used. However, I don't recommend it. When you put wood into a fire, it burns. Despite my ignorance of zoology, I don't believe these footprints are those of a jaguar or a puma. They look more like footprints of wild goats. What trouble I had fastening my knife to the bamboo stick. All that work made me so hungry I could eat a lion. I was right. There are goats here. Oh, I can already smell the roast cooking. Looks like I have an orphan on my hands. What'll happen to it without its mother's milk? Of course, I'll take care of it, but I have no idea how to raise a baby goat. Maybe the sun is bad for him. To play safe, I'll put him in the shade. I'll tie his feet to keep him from doing anything foolish. Above all, he mustn't run away. I need a companion too much. He's the first living creature I've met here I can talk to. My conscience and natural disgust prevent me from eating my friend. However, on the island there must be flesh-eaters who have no reason to share my noble sentiments, and some who might even be capable of eating the stepfather along with the orphan. I don't have time to build a shelter before nightfall. Only, how do you keep a goat in a baobab tree? Fortunately, there are some plane trees on the island whose leaves are easy to knot and braid into a rope. In Brazil, I saw them put to 1,000 uses. To make baskets, thatched roofs for huts, and even clothes. As the stems made of thread that could be woven into cloth. But I'm not that ambitious. For what I have in mind, all I have to do is soak the stems in water to make them more pliable. In this hammock, my goat can sleep next to me. He'll be the first goat in the history of the world to sleep up in a baobab tree. Not only doesn't the poor animal appreciate the honor, but his little body is trembling with fear. Tomorrow I'll see about feeding you. I wonder what a goat dreams about. As for me, if I must dream, I might as well dream about the most beautiful day of my life, when I boarded Captain Darrick's ship. That day, I thought the whole world belonged to me.